Radiant Red from Image Comics. This is issue number 4 out of 5, so we only got one more of this hell to go through before we're done. And yeah, this issue is terrible. This whole series is terrible. There's nothing redeeming about this. The story is garbage. The characters suck. The dialogue's awful. The art's, oh my god, the art's just trash. I mean, look at this. What are these expressions right here? What the hell is this? I don't usually like attacking artists, but this is bad. I mean, this is art for Image. I know Image is not DC and Image is not Marvel, but Image is still up there. And this is the best you can give me, some Tumblr web comic artwork. Well, actually, that's a slight against webtoons and webcomics, because I've seen some better webcomic artwork out there. I've seen some beautiful artwork when it comes to webcomics. This is just, this is bad. But yeah, this reporter whose name I don't even remember comes in and starts pretty much interrogating Satomi about her being Radiant Red. And she starts bringing up all these like different evidences for why she believes it is. And just look at Satomi's face right here. What is this? God, this is terrible. This is like laughably bad. But yeah, she basically said, like the reporter, and yes, this is she. She basically brings out her evidence, which is that fiance Owen is getting pressured on Fujimoto company. Bank loans are stacking. The people like in the gambling circles, you know, keep excellent records, and we know all about the fact that you're having financial troubles, and you know, robbing a banks would probably help you out. I'm gonna skip the rest. Basically, she's just interrogating Satomi, and she believes that either Satomi or Owen is the Radiant Red, and Satomi just tells her to get the hell out of here. And again, just look at this face. Look at this face right here. This is supposed to be a woman, by the way. A woman. There's nothing feminine about this. This is just, ugh. But then Owen comes home like a sad sack, and he's basically crying about how Satomi like missed his meeting and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, are you seeing someone else? Satomi's like, no. You know, it's work. Like basically, there's a, and then she kind of admits like there's a job I was recruited for. It's a one-time job, but it should, you know, help set us up and get the heat off us and set us free. And then Owen gets angry and he punches a wall, and then he starts crying, and I'm just like, Satomi, why are you still with this guy? Why are you still with Owen? Owen doesn't have any redeeming qualities. He wasted all your money so he can gamble. Yeah, he's trying to fix himself now, but only after he pretty much screwed up your entire life. And now we get this argument between them. At one point, Satomi even yells at him like, you don't know me at all. And I'm like, if he doesn't know you at all, then why the hell are you marrying him? How can you marry someone who doesn't know you at all? It's like, yeah, she's probably just saying that in the heat of the moment, but still. It's just, she pulls a complete 180. I'm guessing, like, you know, the excuse is going to be, oh, she's just under a lot of stress. Yeah, okay. But, I don't know, she just kind of snaps and just takes out all her anger on her crying boyfriend. And seriously, dude, the crying look, come on, man. So then we get them doing the break-in. And we see this one guy is Dr. Hammond. He's the inside man that's going to help them out. I'm going to skip some stuff. But basically, there's another co-worker there that is making things a little bit slower for them. And eventually, the co-worker sees Satomi and Switch. And we have this weird moment where it's like, he goes and he hits the fire alarm. But if you look at the panel before, Hammond is like in his way. And Hammond could have easily stopped this and just made this thing simple. Like, he could have stopped his coworker, and then Satomi could have knocked him out like she ended up doing, but no, he ends up just standing there while his coworker hits the alarm. And just, again, what is this expression? Looks like he's like holding in a shit or something, or he just farted, and he's just like, oh man, that wasn't a fart. I'm gonna skip a bunch, but yeah, crap hits the fan. Satomi has to smash her way in, and then she takes on the liquid inside of her suit, and then skip a lot more, but I'm sure you can all figure out that yeah, she ends up getting betrayed. They stop not at their destination, but at this other place, and one person holds Satomi while the other one knocks her out. And I'm just kind of like, wait a second. How are you going to get the liquid off of Satomi? Like the stuff that you went in to rob. How are you going to get that when it's in Satomi's suit and she's knocked out? I guess maybe they're hoping after they knock her out, it'll depower the suit. But then the liquid would just spill everywhere. I don't know. This whole thing is stupid. It also doesn't help the fact that we spent 3 issues preparing us for this big, important, secret, tough break-in that they have to do, this robbery. I mean, we even had a whole like training montage and everything. And then the robbery happens in like a quarter of the issue. Well, let's be generous. It happened like 1/3 of the issue was the actual robbery. And even when poop hits the fan and the alarms go off and the cops show up and they have to break their way into it, like everything is done so easily. So it's just kind of like, what was all this planning for? You could have just smashed your way in there. I don't know. It's dumb. This whole issue is dumb. This whole series is dumb. I don't care about Satomi. I don't care about her plight. I can't stand her fiance. None of this makes any sense. So you're gonna force Satomi to work for you by telling her that you'll switch out the bills that she stole from the bank. But there's no reason to switch out the bills in the first place because, like I mentioned in the previous issue, banks do not keep records of their bills. Like, they don't have like the serial numbers of all the bills that they keep stored up. What they do have is they'll have a couple of dummy bills, as well as they have the ink bag that, like, when you open it up, it blows up ink on you. That's really hard to wash off, and then that's how people can tell that you robbed a bank. But other than that, like, there's no way to track them. There's no way to track cash. So there's no reason for her to do this. And as for the dummy bills, I'm pretty sure clerks have no idea about the dummy bills. I mean, there are some clerks where, like, if you give them a huge bill, they'll do the little marker thing. But some people don't even do that. I mean, my last job, I worked sometimes as a clerk. Sometimes I was doing deliveries and stuff. And none of my coworkers would ever, hold the bill up to the light to see the strip or do the little mark to check to make sure it was a valid bill. Most people just don't give a crap. It's like when you put on your credit card, check for ID. Most people don't even ask. Yeah, just to have her go through all this trouble to switch out bills because, they're traceable. It's like, they're not traceable. They won't, so there's no point in doing this. So her whole reason for doing this doesn't make any sense. The reporter, what's the whole thing there? Is the reporter, like, you brought the reporter in on issue 3. You mentioned a little bit of them in issue 4. On issue 5, are they going to come out with a publication that Satomi is Radiant Red? Even though in the main run, there's no hints that Satomi is Radiant Red. Like, no one knows, other than, of course, the Radiants themselves. But it's not public knowledge on who any of the Radiants are. I guess you could say, except for Radiant Pink, because Radiant Pink is stupid enough to use her streaming and to stream her heroism. So, under her same name that she was before she got the powers. So, yeah, Pink would be the only one that people would actually know who the identity is. And it's like, okay, why did you need Satomi if you were just going to bust your way in anyways? I mean, obviously they busted their way in because poop hit the fan, but still, like, if you could have just done that in the first place, why do you need Satomi? And then, how are you going to get the liquid out of Satomi? Like, it's like this, like, liquid gas stuff. How are you going to, like, if she depowers because you knock her out, then that's just going to go everywhere, and now you're going to get infected by this stuff. And Satomi's going to get infected by you too, I would assume. Unless that's not the case, unless she's still maintaining her form while she's knocked out. But in that case, why bother knocking her out? Why not just wait until she delivers the stuff where you need it to, and then knock her out? The whole thing is dumb. And again, the artwork is absolutely horrendous. Especially the faces. The expressions are just, God, these are like the worst expressions I've ever seen. It's laughably bad. Like I said before, there's no point in this issue. This issue doesn't help the universe whatsoever. And to be honest, the massive verse in general is just really in a terrible place in my opinion. So the massive verse, for anyone who doesn't know, the massive verse so far covers Radiant Black, and then obviously the spin-off Radiant Red, Rogue Sun, Infernal Dragon Red, I believe it's called, or Infernal Girl Dragon. I think it's Infernal Dragon Red, I think is the name. Which hasn't even come out yet. And then there's going to be it's Dark Dead or Deadly Dark. I think it's Deadly Dark. I can't remember. There's another series that hasn't come out yet. And I want to say there's one more, but I'm not sure. But so far, it's just, I mean, Radiant Red, it has its flaws. It's not great. It's okay. It has its great moments, and then it has its terrible moments. And right now, it's just kind of meh. Rogue Sun has been terrible so far. But yeah, this Massiverse is just a flop so far, in my opinion. It is not off to a good start. And stuff like this, stuff like Radiant Red, is not helping it whatsoever. This is just terrible. Of all the characters you could have chosen, I don't know why you chose Satomi. I don't know why you chose the artist to do this run. I don't know why you chose the writer to do this run. Because, yeah, there's nothing interesting here. This is just terrible all around. I won't say this is the worst thing I've ever read. But it's certainly up there. There you go. There's Radiant Red, issue number 4 out of 5 from Image Comics. Stay away from it. Don't even bother giving it a chance. There's nothing redeemable here. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Later.